Hey guys, in this video I'm going to go over my gear, cameras, my mounts, and all that good stuff, and talk about my editing and everything to help you get ready to make a video and hopefully, give you some tips to help you get above the curve a little faster that I've learned over the 5 years that I've been doing this. By no means am I the best video editor or anything out here on YouTube, but I've seen a lot of these questions about what do you use to film videos, what do you use to edit, how do I get it on YouTube and stuff like that, and Facebook what do you call them, groups for pro staffs and stuff. So I really wanted to make a little video to talk about it. And guys, before we get started, I've been looking at my analytics, and a lot of you guys are not subscribed to the channel and you're watching my videos, multiple videos. Please go hit the subscribe button. It helps me out. It helps with that don't want to say stupid, but crazy algorithm for YouTube. If you can go down there and hit the subscribe button right now, I would so appreciate it. I love seeing a new person. I go and hit, if I see a new person comes up, I go and hit their YouTube page and I see what they put, because I just think we should support each other. So all that said, let's get going. Alright guys, so first off, the cameras that I use to do my videos. Straight up, I use GoPros. I use 2 GoPro 5s for the most part. This year my wife got me a GoPro 8. Earlier this year we were at Costco and they had a good deal on it, so she bought me a GoPro 8. So I use it too. So I got 2 GoPro 5s, like I said, and I'm recording on one right now. It's my vlogging setup, I guess you'd say. And then this one I use on the boat. And then also my GoPro 8. The reason I really like the GoPro 8, some of the new features they've added, but one of the big things I like is you can buy this Media Mod and hook up to it, and you've got a speaker, you got code shoes, so you can attach a light, and I think it's supposed to have a video LCD screen that you can add right here. So you don't have to worry about getting a Rhodes mic and everything else. It's got it built in. So I really like this for that reason, and it's great to set up on the back of the boat on the Yolotek stick, and I get sound and I can cut out a lot of the wind noise. So I really like the Media Mod, and it's pretty awesome, especially and here's my first tip. If you got a GoPro, you can sign up for the GoPro Plus or whatever, and even if you don't keep it, I think it's like $5 a month, but even if you don't keep it, they give you a big discount on all their stuff, all their accessories and mods and everything on the GoPro site. So even if you sign up for the free month, you can go on there and buy this. I think this is normally 80 bucks, but if you're GoPro Plus, I think this is like 50. So this is 50 bucks, which is way cheaper than my other setup that I'm vlogging on right now. And I'll have to, let's do this. I'll turn this camera on. And so it's way cheaper than this setup, which is my adapter that's right here, and a Rode mic. Or I don't think it's a Rode, but it's something similar. So this right here, this setup was about $100, where I can buy this for 50. Now, is it as good as this? Probably not, but it is really good. And if you're just starting, that's a good way to start out and be able to get it, get going pretty quick and fast. So I highly suggest, if you got an 8, buy you the Media Mod. Alright, so now that we talked about my GoPros, I've showed you my 3 GoPros that I use to film. Let's go over some some mounts, because you got to know, you got to be able to put the GoPro somewhere and be able to film and get good shots, right? So a lot of people like this. This is the Chesty mount. A lot of YouTubers like this, and I think a lot of people like this, and I really think the reason you like this is you play video games a lot, and this is like first person shooters. Those people are fishing, it's almost like a first person shooter. That's why I think a lot of people like it. I'm gonna be honest, guys, I'm not a fan of this. You get great audio when that when that camera's sitting right here. You get great audio, and I think that's probably the best thing in the world. But I'm not a fan of it because I like the video far back, or the camera far back and looking at me, because I can see all kinds of stuff. When I'm watching the pros or any guy on YouTube, I can see a lot of things. I can see how well they're casting, what they're casting at. I can see, their hook set. I can see all that stuff. Like, are they waiting a long time, or can you pick up the bite on the rod? I can see all that when I'm watching from that, I'm gonna call it a third person view. So I'm watching like all my videos. That's why I tend to stay away from the Chesty, because I can get more info from watching the third person view and watching these guys fish. And also when I'm watching my videos back, I get to see mistakes I made, what I did wrong, what I can fix. It's like guys who, you played sports, batting practice, and you played football and whatever. You watch film. Why do you watch films? Because you can see what happened, what went well, what didn't go well, and you can fix it. And trust me, I've done it. I've seen stuff that I messed up on and fixed it. So that's the reason I really like that third person view. I'll get off that. Next mount that I really like, suction cup mount. There's a bunch of them out here. This is one that's from Joby. I really like it. This suction is really strong. I've mounted it to my truck and drove down the interstate and not worried about it. It is super strong. Put it on the glass, point it back at the boat, back the boat into the water, get some good shots, like loading, unloading the boat. I really like this mount. I'll see if I can do it. So when you lock it into place, you turn this and it completely locks it into place. Really easy, really mountable. This is one that I use a lot. This is a Ram mount. I mean, it came from Ram, the Ram mount people. I have, where'd it go? One of these on my windshield of my boat, so I can just clip it in and get me different views. I've got a couple views going down the river. So that's what I use this. If it's going down the river and it's looking at me, where I've got it mounted on my dash, it's easy for the camera to just pick me up as I'm driving. I really like that. I think it was the social media or social distancing tournament. If you see it when I'm driving and you can see my goggles and out of it, this was the mount that I used. Let's see, what else did I got? This one's a good one. It's a clamp. This one rotates. This rotates so you can clamp and rotate stuff. You can use the gooseneck to put it on different things and move it around. I really like this. I got another clamp one that has an attached neck on it. I got it from somewhere off of Amazon. It's really good for mounting. So you're going to get a lot of them. This one is a good one for when you have a tripod, which that's what I'm using right now to film, is my tripod, and I really like that tripod. So I'll try to put like links to this stuff below, so you guys, if you like the stuff, you can get it. But I really like this because I can still mount with the GoPro Mount, but I can screw it into the tripod. I use it a lot. So those are those kind of mounts. I'm gonna go into my Yoloteks now. if you haven't checked Yoloteks, they're pretty awesome. So the best thing about a Yolotek, the one that I have, is powered. So the problem with GoPros is you're filming, they're going to film for about an hour and then you got to replace the battery. So it gets to be a pain in the butt during the day. That's another reason that I don't like the Chesty, because to make the Chesty work, I have to plug it in. I have to plug an external battery in, and then I've got an extra wire running around, and it's, you know, get caught in my rod when I'm setting a hook. That's just, again, personal preference. I know a lot of guys do it. I know a lot of people like it. But those are things that I don't like about it. But here's one of my Yoloteks. This is the Powerstick 53. So you plug this in to where your nav lights are on your boat, and this plugs into your camera. You've got power all day, so you never have to worry about changing the battery. This is awesome. I use this all the time. Almost all my videos are filmed off of this, because I turn the camera on, and besides stopping it, and I'll go into that later, besides stopping it to when I get a fish catch, I never have to worry about it. As soon as I get it set up, it's good to go. So I don't have to worry about power, anything. So that's why I really love these. If you don't have one, I suggest you get one of these. They make filming so easy when you're fishing, because you can literally, if you wanted to, you could turn your camera on if you had a big enough card and go and never worry about it. Fish for 10 hours. I've done it with a big enough card. You can turn your camera on 1080 and go all day and never turn it off until you're done. You can do it. It's a pain in the butt to edit, so I'm gonna give you some tips on, or, you know, settings I use will make it easier to edit. So yeah, if you haven't checked these out, I don't know how much they are. I can't remember. It's been a while since I bought this, but Christian and those guys over at Yolotek are awesome. So good people. My next Yolotek is this one. It's called the Boom. It goes, let me see if I can sit back. This will extend. I can't even get it in the frame, but this will extend. So I'm 6'3", and this is above my head. Great for getting nice shots. I plan to use it more frog fishing this year. Right here, it screws into the seat post where your back seat is how I do it, and it ain't coming loose. I used it one day. It was very rough out. Didn't have to worry about it. My camera stayed in. I was good to go. The biggest downside with this is you either A, have to change the batteries out, or B, what I do is I run a battery pack and I strap it to the bottom of this, and so that I have basically a power for my camera all day. But I'll put an image of me fishing earlier this year with this one. I'll try to do it with some of these other ones too, and see, so you can see what it kind of looks like. Come on, big girl, get out of that car. Oh, here we go. That's the first flipping bass of the year. I really like it because the angle that I can get with this one, you can see the front deck really well. Because I'm on a promotional staff with a lot of guys, I put carpet decals on my boat, and because of that, with this one, you can see those carpet decals really well, and so I feel good about advertising for the companies that I'm on promotional staff with. So really like this one. Alright, so we've talked about mounts, we've talked about my cameras. Okay, so now we're going to talk about settings. Let me scoot back up here. So on my 5s, well, let's back up. So my settings 9 times out of 10 is I use looping. I set my cameras up to loop in 5 minutes. That is great because most time when I'm fishing, it doesn't take more than 3 minutes for a cast. I'm talking about a long cast, work the fish or work the bait, catch the fish, and get it into the boat. 9 times out of 10 with me. I very seldom had a problem with fighting a fish longer than 5 minutes. I've had a big catfish on. It did take me a little longer. It was like a 20-pounder. So I didn't really get the whole fight, and I never actually published it. So, but that was the only time I ever had a problem with not having cast to catch. And that's a big key. I like to see cast to catch. I like to put in cast to catch because there's a lot of things you can do to change what you're doing, how you caught the fish. But I like cast to catch. I like to show I made the cast, I caught the fish, put the fish in the boat. I really like that. So on my 5s, when I run looping, they allow me to run 2.7K, 60 frames a minute, linear on the 5. I really like that. I get more detailed photos. I know stuff gets downgraded when I put it on YouTube and stuff, but I get more information in those 2.7 videos, and I can condense it down and still have 1080 easy. So it just gives you I think I watched the video and the guy was like, it gives you error space that you can use if you need to. So I really like those settings for my 5s. So again, 2.7K, 60 frames a minute. Most of the time it's on linear. Sometimes it goes wide. If, like when I'm fishing with boomer, I use the wide angle, try to get us both in the frame. So, and 5-minute looping. All right. My 8, GoPro 8, same deal. I run looping almost all the time. The 8 doesn't allow me to go 2.7K for looping. So I do 1080 for looping, 60 frames a second, linear if I can. Again, if 2 people in the boat, more than that, I go wide, try to get everybody in the, I can get the whole boat, get everything or everybody in the boat is the best way to say that. So everything's in one frame, so I can get the person in the back of the boat setting the hook, or the person in the front of the boat setting the hook. But that's the settings that I use for fishing, because what happens is you set it, so I'm on looping, I set it and then I forget it. Like until I catch a fish, I don't worry about it. I'm not worried about the camera. I'm not worrying about is it rolling, anything. It will roll for continuously roll and rewrite over itself as I'm fishing. So when I catch a fish, then I can go back there and I can click the button, and now I have the last 5 minutes, and I start another video. So the reason I use looping, one is because it makes editing so much easier. Basically, when you're done, you will have 5 1-minute videos for that 5 minutes. And then you can go, you always know that your fish was at the last we're going to say 2 minutes. The last 2 minutes of the video, or the last 2 minutes of the 5 minutes. So the last 2-minute videos is where your fish catch is. And then you can just find that, put it in. It makes editing so easy. Also, it saves room on your card. You don't want to be out there and you haven't been looping, and you get out there and you catch a big fish and you run out of camera, or you run out of space. It sucks. So you don't have it on camera because you ran out of space. Or hey, if you're not using a Yolotek, maybe you run out of battery as you're fighting that fish. That's one of the other reasons that Yolotek's the bomb. So that is my settings. I use ProTune. I'm not big into changing all the ISO and stuff. Maybe I should be, but I use it just as GoPro Pro Tune and let it roll. That's my settings. All right, so now this one gets a lot of questions. Editing. All right, so software to edit. Your biggest hurdle of this whole ordeal to put videos on YouTube or whatever you're wanting to do with them is editing. Editing is the hardest part. Completely the hardest part there is. So crazy. So editing, man, that's what takes all the time. Catching the fish is the easy part. Filming yourself catching the fish, I'm going to tell you, is the easiest part out there. Editing is a pain. So I'm going to kind of go show you what I do in my editing, and I'll talk about what I use to do my videos. By no means is this the premier, the best thing in the world. Am I doing it right? I don't know. This is what I'm doing, and I'm just putting this video out there for people who want to start. Because when I started putting my videos out there, I was using like a GoPro Hero, which was like $100 version of a GoPro. The case was built into it with battery built into it. That's how I started making my videos. And I use GoPro Studios. Like, they used to have a thing that you could do videos with, but they got rid of it and went to Quick. Not a fan of Quick because Quick only wants to do like 30-second clips, and I'm like, I got tons of footage. I don't need 30-second clips. So we're going to go now. I'm going to pick you up and show you my screens. Alright guys, so here is my little setup, as you can see. And what I do is, when I have a video or footage, don't turn it off, I connect it to my computer like most people. GoPro Quick, the app on your laptop will suck it in to the laptop. It will file it into folders that you specify. And what I do is I take and make myself notes. And like, so here was fish one. I messed up and didn't have it on looping, so I had to make I already made a clip of the fish. Fish 2, fish 3, these are the videos that they're in. All the way down. I actually make myself notes just to see, like, that was me and Richard, some Boomer, and see, who caught what. This is where I kind of start my video. So tip number 1 is, when you use looping, it's easier to find your fish in the video. So like, this was one minute video, had the entire cast to catch on the fish. This one I needed 2 videos, so I always do cast to catch, and this is how I kind of break it out. Make myself notes. This is actually the notes for this video. That's what I used to start writing this video out. So okay, so like you see, and I'll show you, like, that's why, like I was talking about this looping. If you can see, this was a 1 minute video, this is a 1 minute video, this is 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. Here's the fish catch. I use a highlight to tell me where the fish catch is while I'm going through my videos. That way it makes it easier to come back and write them down. I use Premiere Pro. That's what I use to do my editing. I used to use Premiere Elements. I've used Premiere Rush. There's some other free ones out there that you can use. I've tried some. I like Premiere Elements, so it got where it was acting funny, so I was like, I'm just gonna get Premiere Pro. I paid for the subscription, got Premiere Pro, and I'm learning to use it. Been using it a lot this year. That's a lot of my videos this year have been with Premiere Pro. Let's see, let's put you back over here. Get you back here. Okay, so I use GoPro Quick to get my videos into my laptop. I make myself notes. That's a tip. Make yourself notes. I have this notepad. I have a couple other notepads, but make yourself notes about the videos you want to make. how you want to edit them. I will sometimes draw out a board, basically. What do they call them? A lot of times I'll lay the videos out like I want them, where I want to add certain effects, titles, everything. I'll make them all in these notes. That's how and that way I know where I want to put stuff. I tend to script out to help me stay on task with the video. Let's see what else. I use Motion Array. It's a website that you can get graphics and music and stuff. You get free, but you can also pay and get better graphics and stuff. Do what you want to do. I do it to get like the little YouTube click, you know, it says please subscribe. And right now I'm going to put that down there, and I'm going to say, hey, if you haven't already, go down and hit the subscribe button. Because I've noticed that a lot of people watch my videos, and you watch multiple videos. My analytics are telling me this, but you're not subscribed. Like over 60% of people. So if you're one of those 60% of people, please go down and hit the subscribe button, because it will help me out immensely. But we'll get back. So I get music. I get little effects off of that, and that's pretty much it, guys. That, for the most part, that's how I do it. That's everything that I do. I hope this helps you out if you're wanting to do YouTube. It's fun. It's hard work. I'm not gonna lie. It is hard work. I'm gonna work 4 or 5 hours on one video, if not more. It's a lot of hard work, but I like to do it. I hope I'm helping somebody out. That's the whole point of my channel, is to hopefully help somebody out, show them what I'm doing, and hopefully it helps them out. That's why I like to do it. I'm not making no money off of nothing. I'm just doing it for you guys' enjoyment and my enjoyment. So that's how it is, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, if you enjoyed it, if you're not subscribed, please go down and hit the subscribe button. If you really liked it, hit the like button. If you got any questions, you got suggestions for me on things that I can do better with the video, now that you see what I use and everything, go down and hit the comment. Put it in the comments. I will love to hear new ideas and, you know, ways to do stuff. So do it. A thumbs up. I love what do you call it? Positive criticism. Give me some criticism. Tell me how to fix stuff. Tell me what you like, what you don't like. I'm good with it. Make me better. I want to be better. So with all that said, guys, as always, the world's crazy. So be careful. Take care of each other. Tight lines. We'll see you out on the water next time.